Okay, welcome to our presentation. We are in group three, and welcome to assignment two submission presentation. So I'm Vincent, and since the time problem, I will directly go to the part A to present what I have found from the situation, the risk from the situation. So the risk one, which I found is the uh, left network architecture is a high severity risk. The second, share privilege account, EOLOS and unpatched software, single point of failure. These four I will define it at a high severity. And the next two, clear text and weak cipher, fragment locker and login is I will define it as a medium risk. Next, I will pass to Anthony to present his part.
So my name is Anthony, and I'll be explaining on Part B, secure AWS architecture design. So for Part B, I propose a secure AWS architecture using a VPC with public and private subnet across two availability zones. So the purpose of using two availability zone is to improve availability, while the subnet separation can help to reduce direct exposure of sensitive resources. So mainly in this design, user access the system through AWS WAF and an application load balancer. So the load balancer is placed in the public subnet as the main entry point. The EC2 application servers are placed in private application subnet, while the database tier is placed in private database using Amazon RDS multi-AZ. This means user cannot directly access the application server or database. Lastly, this design also include a security group, NSCL, IAM, CloudTrail, CloudWatch, KMS, and ACM. These servers support traffic control, list privileged access, logging, monitoring, encryption, and HTTPS communication. So for next, I'll pass to Vincent for the part C.
Okay, so I will directly to talk about what we will use for the risk to solve the risk. So for the risk one, we'll use VPC subnet isolation, security groups, and network SCLs. And for the second risk, we'll use AWS IAM identity center with the RBAC and MFA. So for the risk three, we'll use Amazon Linux 2023 AMI and AWS System Manager Patch Manager. Okay. For the risk four, we'll use Amazon RDS multi-AZ deployment and automated cross-region snapshot. And for the risk five, we'll use AWS Certificate Manager and ALB HTTPS Listener Policy. And lastly, for the risk six, we will use AWS CloudTiers, CloudWatch Agent, and Amazon SNS Alert. So for the part B, I will give back the screen to Greg for present the demo part. So, Greg, please.
Okay, thank you, Winston. Now I'm going to share my screen for my demo part. Firstly is the Terraform. The Terraform, now I'm going to share the screen for the Visual Studio Code, and from the Terraform, first you can see is the Terraform exe init. Init is to let it view it, and next is the planning, and the last step is applying. So after it applied, it will come to the AWS instance, as you can see here. The AWS instance is like the web page will access to it, and the instance is the migrated now is can instance, and the status check is passed, and it have its own AMI, and the next step is doing the public IP address is the this, and you can connect it from the AWS web page. Uh, the AWS web page is this. Now, as you can see, load test RDS all can. And after that, we'll also make a SSH in the command prompt. As you can see here, you can make the SSH in the command prompt. Like now, after you have entered the command, it will directly come you to the SSH. And from after the SSH, you can ls enter the command like this. Now you all can see the add, delete, or what. And now it's going to testing the file. So now I will stop sharing and start going to the website. Is like this. I will share it first. I will like say use my student ID, Guo Shanwei, Bachelor Computer Science. Okay, got first. Second, then let's say I will share this one. I share this girl and Bachelor in Computer Science. I change a bit lah. Okay, add student. Okay. Third one, maybe I take I take this guy and let's say okay, can add. If I don't want this guy, let's say this the third guy, I don't want, he stopped schooling already, I want to delete it, can delete. So now it's only have two guys. So my demo is all from here, and I will pass it to Anthony.
Can you share the word again?
Share which one? Okay.
5.2 security validation result. Okay, so for part E, I tested the actual deployed EC2 prototype to check whether the basic security control were working, and then I will just use one test for example. So first, I perform port connectivity testing using PowerShell test net connection. The results show that port 80 was reachable, meaning the web application was accessible to user. Port 22 was also reachable for SSH administration, but this should be restricted to the administrator IP address only. Port 3306 was not reachable, which is a good result because the database port was not exposed to the public internet. So the several tests is including security group verification, EBS encryption confirmation, CloudTrail log review. Due to time constraint, I will not be sharing the details for that. So overall, the application was successfully deployed and the basic security control were validated. And that's all for our assignment.
So okay, our assignment is concluded right now. That's all. So thank you very much to listen our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.